Hey guys, having a little fun here camping all by myself. Kids have grown up and gone. Got me thinking a little bit about, being a parent. So figured I'd do a little research and found some guidelines for parenting that I read about. And, I know it's a difficult subject most times when you talk about disciplining your children. To me, Mark Heidt, these are some good biblical-based tips that I used as a dad when raising and disciplining my children. So here we go. Let's talk about it a little bit. When it comes to discipline, your primary concern should never be your own comfort, but it should be the soul, which is, the mind, the will, and the emotions of your child. Discipline or lack thereof can set off a good or a bad chain reaction if you think about it. And if your children don't respect authority in the home, they probably won't respect it in school, the government, the church, and then ultimately heaven itself. It's just a small step from rebelling against the parents that God gave them to rebelling against God who gave them their parents. And you see, discipline to me should be sooner rather than later. When a child is old enough to be told what to do, what's right, and they choose to do what's wrong, that child to me is ready to be disciplined, to be taught, to learn. The bottom line is, as long as your children are under your roof, they're under your jurisdiction. Hey guys, do me a favor, please watch this video to the end. I did another video called Parenting Skills Dads Know How to Deal With. I believe it's got some good tips that will help some of you parents who, might be looking and dealing for might be looking for some ways to deal with the challenges that you're facing with raising your child or your children. I'll put a link for you at the end of this video. Hello, Hit the Mark Today family. I hope you are doing well. I'm Mark Heidt. Welcome to Hit the Mark Today. Right down there, hit those like, subscribe, and share buttons for me. And it just really is the best way to help us grow our channel. Hit the Mark Today is all about positively impacting people every day by sharing the message of hope. And my goal is just to continue to do this. And I really do thank you for joining me on this journey. Hey, don't forget your comments are always welcome, and I really do appreciate it when you take some of your time to share your wisdom and your hope messages with our group. All right, let's keep going with this touchy topic. It's not an easy one sometimes to talk about. These guidelines to parenting. Hey, several years ago, sociologists, I guess to explain that, they're just sort of expert of student development and structure and they teach you how to function in human society. And then they also had some child psychologists, which, psychologists are just experts in the field of psychology. Well, they did a test and they made an interesting discovery. They assumed that putting fences around a playground maybe made children feel restricted in their recreation. And based on that theory, it was decided to remove the fences so the children wouldn't feel confined. Well, this is what happened. To the astonishment of these experts, the opposite actually occurred. Researchers found that the children became more um, inhibited in their activities, or sort of, were afraid to do them. They tended to huddle towards the middle of the playground, and they really did show signs of insecurity. Isn't that funny? Interestingly, when the fences were replaced and put back, the children once again played with great enthusiasm and freedom. All right, Mark, so, okay, what's the lesson here? Okay? We all need boundaries, something to define the limits of safety and security. Now, whereas the experts sort of theorize that the boundaries restrict creativity, well, children on the playground, they prove that they just need a clear understanding of what's safe and what's acceptable in order for their imagination and their creativity to flourish. Think about that for a second. That just means that your children will flourish and function better as a parent when guidelines are clearly communicated. And the consequences for not following them, are completely understood. There's a story, it's pretty funny, that I read, and it sort of it talks about a father who gave his 16-year-old son his first car. I remember those days when I did that for my son. And before handing him the keys, he said, "This is a magic car, son." "Really?" the boy replied. "Yeah, once you get a speeding ticket, it will disappear. And the first car that you buy your child should be a magic car too." That's my thought. So here's the bottom line. God sets the rules for success in life, and he does reward those who honor them. The Bible says, "Train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it." The truth of the matter is that, while certain universal principles apply to all children, no two kids are alike, and it's a mistake to treat them as, if they were. In fact, here are two most common blunders, remember the word blunders, that you can make as a parent. The first common blunder is trying to mold your child into what you used to be. Seen that before. Just because you were a hockey star or maybe a football star in college doesn't mean that your son will want to follow in your footsteps. And just because you made straight A's in school doesn't mean that your children are capable of a 4.0 grade point average. You should never tolerate or reward laziness. And you just need to accept that children, are not all equally gifted athletically or intellectually. All right, here's blunder number 2. Remember, these are blunders. Trying to make your kids into what you want them to be is wrong. Don't try to relive your life through your kids. You had your chance. And just because you didn't make the grade as a professional athlete doesn't mean you should force your son or your daughter in that direction. Hey, there are 3 symbols of healthy self-esteem you should continually strive to teach your children. Okay, let's go. You ready? Number 1, know who you are. Aim. Number 2, like who you are. Fire. Number 3, be who you are. Did you get those? Hey, let me say them again for you just in case you missed it. Know who you are. Like who you are. And the last one is be who you are. These are just some good guidelines for parenting, I believe, and I hope they help you a little bit. Now, remember earlier in the video I mentioned a video that I did called Parenting Skills Dads Know How to Deal With. And again, I believe it will, just show you some different things and offer maybe some good tips to help you with some parenting challenges that, I don't know, maybe you're facing in raising your kids today. I'll put a link right up here. And for those of you who watch us in other social plateaus, usually I put it down in the comment box below for you to click on and check out that video. So check it out. I think you'll get a kick out of it. Hey, I got a question for you before I let you go. Do you want to change your life for the better? Do you? Well, here's a great way, I believe, to start. Go see. Go see. What the heck, Mark? Huh? What does that mean, Mark? Well, think about it for a sec. Go just means to take action and move, right? That's pretty straightforward. And see, S-E-E, is an acronym for S, speak. E, encouragement. E, every day. That's it. Go see. Go S, speak. E, encouragement. E, every day. And watch it positively change your life. Hey, go take these parenting guidelines that I shared with you and let them help you. And then go hit the mark today.